Welcome back, true believers and all you DC fans out there, to a very different video that you're not really used to me uploading on this channel, because if you do know me, you're aware that I am a massive Marvel fan about everything related to that brand, mainly, of course, with Spider-Man, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fantastic Four, X-Men. All that stuff is where I personally have my interests aligned with, because I just relate to it more and prefer their stories and characters more. Still, I am a major DC fan. Batman, of course, being my favorite DC superhero, my dad's as well. The Justice League are fantastic, not the movie, although the Snyder Cut will be very cool to see. And also, Doom Patrol is a really great show that I highly recommend that you check out if you do have a DC account, I believe, on their streaming service, but I've just kind of seen it on YouTube and certain episodes on there. It's a great show. But anyways, today is exciting for DC fans regardless, because it is DC Fandom, which is like the massive DC event that a lot of fans have been waiting for, particularly with two very exciting DC video games. Mainly with that, what we're going to be reacting today is officially revealed Gotham Knights from Warner Bros. Montreal and the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game from Rocksteady Studios, which has not been officially revealed yet at the time of this recording, but should be revealed later on today. Now, just to give you my brief history with the Arkham games, I've played all of them, loved all of them. Out of all of them, I probably love City the most. I actually do really like Knight, even though I know a lot of people don't really like the story in Knight. The gameplay and graphics are phenomenal. Asylum is a classic, and Origins I'm a little bit half and half with. I really like it or really dislike it. And seeing that Warner Bros. Montreal, who made that game, is developing this new game, it's going to be very interesting to see how they go about approaching it from a developer standpoint, because I haven't seen the trailer yet, but we did get some information as to exactly what this game is going to be. And it's crazy that it's been 7 years since Warner Bros. Montreal has actually made a game from Arkham Origins, and 5 years since the last Batman game with Arkham Knight, since 2015, which was made by Rocksteady. But this whole time, DC fans, of course, the Gotham Knights themselves, Slickmoth, Salvage, Irongen, Luke Wayne, Degenerate J, those boys are fantastic, and you should definitely subscribe to all their channels if you do want all updates on DC content and the Batman Gotham Knights game, of course, because they'll keep you updated for sure. But after waiting so long, you would think that this is going to be like the most mind-blowing thing you've ever seen. And it could be, I haven't seen it yet, but the details that we have from it kind of leave me a bit hesitant, to say the least. And now, this is coming from directly the website of the game and describing what it is. So firstly, it is both single-player and co-op. It focuses, of course, like we saw from the previous teases and leaks, that this is a Bat Family game, not Batman. So even though I think he might be in the game, I haven't seen the trailer yet, it's mainly focusing on the other Bat Family members. The game will release on PC, Xbox One, Series X, PS4, and PS5 in 2021, so next year. Very cool. The Court of Owls are the main antagonists, obviously, and the game features leveling up as well as character customization with an RPG system, which is very, very strange and a little bit concerning for me personally, considering how I'm not the biggest fan currently of, sadly, Marvel's Avengers, the video game. I gave my review on that, so you can check it out if you want. The gameplay from Avengers was definitely on the more looter-shooter grinding vibes, and seeing that this may have something similar like that, I don't know, it's going to be very interesting to see be played out. But without further ado, we have the trailer here, as well as gameplay, so I'm going to be reacting to both of those videos right now. I believe that we also get some narration and analysis from the game's creative director as well, so it'll be interesting to see about the game's perspectives from his point of view as the director of the game, and seeing how he is going to describe it. But of course, in traditional Arkham fashion, we have a CG trailer, and then actually, I believe, 8 minutes of gameplay, so that's going to be very cool to see, and I'm excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see. Waiting for so long. I wasn't the biggest fan of their teases, but let's see.
Somewhere north of the city. We're still waiting for the police to confirm if there are any victims. This story is evolving rapidly. Please bear with us.
We heard this really loud boom. There was smoke everywhere.
Emergency services have confirmed that they've discovered a body buried in the wreckage. We're still waiting for further details.
It's just cool to get another Batman game, finally, or just a DC video game of sorts, after waiting so long.
We are now able to confirm that billionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne is...
Oh? You can't kill Batman. He's the Batman, so I don't think he's dead. Maybe missing? Ooh.
If you're
Baby blue
watching
eyes.
this, I'm dead.
Really?
This is a code black.
Ooh. Is that supposed to be
This message was automatically
Jason Todd?
triggered when I destroyed the cave and everything it contained. We
Barbara?
both know it won't take long for Gotham's criminals to
Standing?
realize that Batman is gone.
They didn't even click for me for some reason. That's
Can't
crazy.
count on the GCPD. Haven't trusted us since Jim died. Gotham will need its protectors more than ever. I'm leaving you the Belfry as base of operations.
It's definitely not Kevin
Some of the
Conroy.
technology is outdated, but it has the gear you need and all of my files.
Okay.
I've
The
always had
squad?
my back when I needed you.
Cool.
I know you'll keep Gotham safe. Good luck. And goodbye.
Alright, Bruce. I don't think he's dead, even though he just said he was, but cool. Nice. Okay. Interesting suits. All those teasing the photos. Alright. Okay. Is this actual gameplay now? Looks like it. Ooh. Alright. Interesting Batgirl costume. Ooh. My boy Nightwing. Ooh, okay. That looked clutch. Red Hood. Very classic Red Hood looking design versus what we saw in Arkham Knight. Cool. 2 vigilantes, okay. From Crime Pirates to Vigilantes. There you go. More like it. It kind of looks not the same, but similar to like Arkham Knight's open world Gotham. At least just from that shot alone. The clock tower's still there. The Batbike. They each have one. Mr. Freeze. Cool. I see the evolution of their heroes. Them as heroes, I should say. Gotham Knights. After waiting so long, it's like it's about time. Like, finally, something to get excited about for DC fans. Oh! There we go. Court of Owls. Wow. They look clutch. Wow.
Word is said.
Ooh, it's a lot of them.
For if you try to crush them,
Oh, snap.
the town strikes you dead.
Ooh. Okay. They're gonna be intense to fight. The Talons from the Court of Owls. If you don't know, they're like, I believe they're immortal beings, or at least they have like a long lifespan because they're not like normal humans. They're like enhanced soldiers for the Court of Owls to send off to fight against whoever that may be. Mainly, I believe there's like a whole section of the Court of Owls just to try and dismantle the Wayne Foundation, I believe. Obviously, I'm not the biggest known entity when it comes to the DC lore of the Court of Owls like I am for Spider-Man or Marvel and Avengers, but I know my basic concepts of them, so that was cool. Little bits of gameplay there. CG trailer, of course, always top-tier quality with the CG trailers from WB Games. Is it like fully open world Gotham? I think it will be, with co-op elements and the single-player story. Batman's gone, so you as the Gotham Knights need to try and honor his legacy and protect Gotham while he's away, even though I think interesting for a Batman, quote-unquote, Batman game, Gotham Knights, to not feature at least a playable Batman. But it's different, so that's cool that you're playing as the Bat family around Red Hood, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, who will probably be playing Nightwing or Red Hood the most, since they're like my go-to players in Arkham Knight, because you can play as the Bat Family in Arkham Knight as well. You know, all those characters are available. So now they're kind of focusing on that more with a true story narrative-driven, you know, core experience related to the Bat Family themselves and what makes them the students of Batman and what makes them so important to Bruce as a person underneath the cowl. So that's cool. That was cool. But now we have the actual gameplay itself. I believe 8 minutes of gameplay to check out, so that'll be cool to see. And hopefully it'll be on par, if not maybe better, than Arkham Knight. Because say what you will about Arkham Knight, story-wise, you know, even graphic-wise, maybe you might not think it might have aged well. I think graphically it looks phenomenal still to today's standards. And it is easily, from my opinion, the best gameplay out of all the Arkham games. The most fluid combat, the seamless combo takedowns, felt so smooth. And that's easily, like, even with what Insomniac said when making Spider-Man PS4, they looked at all the Batman Arkham games when making Spider-Man's playstyle and other games as well, but they looked at the best of the best to try and hone in Spider-Man's combat style and make it to his own thing, and Arkham Knight was one of those factors. So I think Arkham Knight's actually a really good game. Story-wise, obviously, there's some problems, but I think gameplay-wise, it's really up there. Arkham Origins, since that was made by WB Montreal, which is the studio that's making this, was pretty much like a little bit more of a refined version of Arkham City. It had the same exact gameplay mechanics, just some different gadgets here and there. Not really a whole lot of variation on that front when it comes to their interpretation of the Arkham franchise with Origins from City to Asylum and Knight and all those games from Rocksteady and what WB Montreal did. So I'm curious to see here, since it's co-op focused and RPG elements, how does the combat look? What we saw in the trailer, it looked interesting, more stylized. I think the breakdance move that Nightwing did was sick looking, so I'm curious to see how that is fully realized in the gameplay itself. But I'm rambling too much, so let's see here. Gameplay walkthrough. 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 47 seconds, but pretty much 8 minutes. And let's see. I'm excited. 3, 2, 1, go. Cool, cool. You're about to see was captured from a pre-alpha game build. Okay? Same thing with Avengers, but it kind of looked pretty close to what we saw from then to now. So I'm curious to see how that switches from here to full release. Ice, Mr. Freeze coming in. Cold, not hot, but coming in cold.
Hi, I'm Patrick Redding, creative director on Gotham Knights.
Bat looks like the Death Stranding bike, actually.
Montreal, I'm really honored to give you a quick look at our gameplay.
Elliott Center is covered in ice.
Interesting.
Whatever's causing this is...
What is happening with the city? That's looking nuts.
We're going to look at a short clip from one
Alfred,
of Gotham Knights' villain crimes. In a
the Bat bike.
This mission is halfway through the Mr. Freeze storyline. And we're playing Batgirl a dozen
halfway
or so
through,
hours
okay.
Into character progression.
Robin joined the session, so you can just hop into Gotham whenever. Okay. Moving trains? Are there people in the street for once? That's cool.
All units at Elliott Center. Air support
sick.
Inbound.
Okay.
Hostiles opening fire on upper floors. Air support, can you do a fly around?
Freeze has recently returned to Gotham with a mysterious agenda that involves manipulating the weather to flash
wow.
into the city.
The whole bit, I'm getting like Joel Schumacher vibes a little bit from this Gotham aesthetic, like how intense it was, you know, architecturally. Okay, is that Robin right there? I don't recognize any of the voice actors just yet.
Satellite for short-range teleportation.
He can teleport? Okay. Ice Blast?
Meanwhile, Batgirl has mastered
I see, so there's the RPG stuff. Each enemy has a level, so like Avengers. Again, I'm not a fan of that. So, damage numbers too. Also not a fan. She has batons, Black Widow style, okay. That was cool.
And developed a few new ones of her own.
Different fighting style from how they fought in Arkham Knight, for sure. This doesn't look like free flow combat to me.
Heard you're down there having some fun. Fun's one word.
Montoya? Agent Montoya, sick.
Choppers under orders to fire on anything that moves inside.
The Gotham City Police, drop your weapons or we will open fire.
This is looking very different from the previous Arkham games, which is a neat twist.
Need to hurry and find a way inside Elliott Center.
Not digging Alfred's voice, but cool, nonetheless. The grapple is back. Of course. What is happening here? Like, this whole... This does not seem like normal Gotham weather. I would hate to live here if that's the normal weather that they have, but oh my god. Looking cool. Alright.
If anyone asks,
the wide
I
eyes.
meant to do that.
I won't say a word.
Still don't recognize their voice actors, but it's cool that they bring in new talent for this.
Wars were still going on when Freeze came through.
The environments look clean. Embracing the comic side of things, really, with Freeze's aesthetic.
Gotham Knights is built to let players approach each challenge with their preferred style
We Robin
and
now?
their preferred build.
Yep, okay. There's the symbols that were teased. I think.
This will only take a second.
It's like a Red Robin suit. Okay. Ouch. Now, if you're playing solo, I wonder if you can switch between them whenever you want. I would hope so, because you can't do that in Avengers, and it makes it feel a bit clunky. Same thing, the combat here looks a bit... not stiff, but just, like, very direct, if that makes sense. Maybe you'll be able to expand it when you upgrade them, but right now it's looking a bit, like, straightforward. I'm curious how the stealth mechanics, like what we saw earlier, will be inputted when the full upgrade system starts to be fleshed out. Digging the soundtrack. Alright. Now... okay. Team takedowns. Now I wonder if the dual play system is back, or if they're going to expand upon that further, like... quad play, since there's 4 of them. And I would think that maybe down the line, once you get closer to beating the campaign, that you will eventually unlock Batman. He's not... I don't think he's dead. He's obviously, like, hidden or something. Or kidnapped, maybe, from the court. Maybe, crazy theory, if you have to fight Batman, that would be interesting.
Tables on the floor.
You would lose that fight, but... alright. The environments are looking very well designed, I will say that.
Belfry, status.
Countless dead, and the temperature's still falling.
We need to stop this.
It's
now.
cool to see, like, the villains have this much of a showcase compared to, like, Arkham Knight. Like, they're getting, like, this whole environment's full-on Mr. Freeze, but... again, like I said, the whole Schumacher vibe is really giving, like, the villain layers. If each villain's gonna have their own layer, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be trippy to see. Sounds super young Robin right there. That's Tim Drake Robin, because Dick Grayson's Nightwing and then Jason Todd's Red Hood, so... it'll be cool to see their connections with each other, how their relationships are fleshed out as the story goes on. So, I'm assuming different suits.
Field disruptors in place.
You can probably customize your outfits with gear, probably, if they have an RPG system in place. Flying Mr. Freeze, okay.
Away from my storm engine.
Is that what you're calling it? You don't
The wide eyes looking cool.
When this disruptor goes off, trust me.
Irrelevant. I already have what I need.
Okay. Uh-oh. Boss fight time?
Storm has risen over Gotham.
Now, the Mr. Freeze boss fight in Arkham City is one of the best boss fights in any video game ever. Not just super game, period. Any game. So, this is a lot riding on this. Very comic book looking UI. Like, even on the corner and the character profile up there looks very, like,
so confronting a villain
stylized.
like can be a very different proposition at level 5 or at level 15.
Okay.
And not just
getting some Avengers vibes from this.
Kind of
I'm not really digging that all that much.
And that was just a short peek at Gotham Knights. We're going to have more to show you in the future.
That's it? Okay. That was it. Alright, I'm sure there's more, maybe. And I did not see DC Fandom live as it was happening, so maybe they explained a bit more in the live stream or something, and they also have their own Twitter page, which is now finally not called Redacted anymore. It's actually called Gotham Knights. So overall, was the wait worth it? I will say that. After 5 years of waiting since the last Batman game, but 7 years really from WB Montreal, the constant teasing, the dumb marketing that they've been doing, because I personally have not been enjoying with what they're doing with the promotional method of how they're going about this game. Beforehand with the teases, which was, I believe, in like 2019 or even 2018 maybe, when they officially began that, and then we waited until the Game of the Year awards last year. That didn't happen. So there was a lot going on with the marketing and the teasing in this game, and I personally have not been a fan. If they dragged it out way too much with the teasing, and the teasing this week was also, it felt a little bit just monotonous to me. But finally, it's here. Whether or not you like it, that's up to you. Me, I'm indifferent. I need to see more. The gameplay itself was interesting because we see co-op with the Bat family for once, finally in a AAA Batman game of this magnitude. That'll be pretty darn cool. Same thing, like if you love the Avengers and you want to team up as all these heroes with your friends, that'll probably be one of the biggest drawing factors about that game. As a single-player campaign, that's not really what type of game Avengers is. It's not really in the same mannerisms as what Spider-Man or the Arkham games were. So this, seeing that this is made from people who did a Arkham game with Origins, and now they're going about this RPG. I don't know if it's a looter-shooter / brawler type game, but these leveling up systems and RPG elements and kind of stealth and action combat here and there with co-op and single player into it. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on for a DC game, so it's very, very interesting. Me, I didn't really have a lot of expectations for it. Just like, oh, it's a Batman game. Finally, what is it? This is it? Okay, it's still a Batman game with Gotham Knights as the Bat family, no Batman in it for now, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Again, 2021, I'm assuming late 2021, but it'll be cool to see more footage revealed in the coming months, I assume, or maybe next year, early next year, and seeing how that will compete, obviously, with Miles Morales and Marvel's Avengers in the coming months and years, since, you know, Avengers is going to get more content for years to come. We don't know if this is going to be in that same style of a live service game. If it is, then I will be concerned. But right now, it just seems like a solid co-op game with the Bat family members. And just a Bat-related game, Batman, Bat family game in general. After waiting so long, I think it's just great to see the DC community finally have something to be excited about in this medium, especially for video games, because we've been waiting for quite some time. But anyways, guys, that was my reaction and overall thoughts to Gotham Knights. Not Batman Gotham Knights, not Bat Family Gotham Knights, just Gotham Knights. And it's very interesting that they better have a Gotham Knights Easter egg of the actual Gotham Knights with Slick Moth, Salvage Orange, and all the boys in this game. Because if they don't, that is hardcore robbery, because they deserve it for sure. But anyways, I'm interested to learn more. Am I hyped for it? Not really. Not now, but maybe later on I will be. So that'll be cool once more information is revealed. But finally, it seems like DC is back. DC Fandom is still going on, so that's all hype. And it's just cool to see all the fans be excited about something again. But until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts about Gotham Knights in the comments section down below. Stay awesome, everybody, and peace out.